as hell. I have no idea what to say. That was really weird. Quite frustrating. So, something happened earlier today while we were upstairs. And I don't know what it was. I have no idea exactly what happened. I need to go back over the logs in order to find out.
Alex, I think I'm gonna get the digital piano that I found that's like designed to be a digital piano instead of the one that Stefan recommended, which looks like it has a lot of, I mean, it's got some like electronic music stuff involved.
Damn, dude. Okay. Well, go for it.
Although on the other hand, it would be cool to get into this electronic music stuff.
Shit. Shit. I don't know what this has to fire up. Yeah, like, I'm curious what the benefits were of the one that he recommended.
I mean, I don't have enough knowledge to really understand, but it looks like whereas the Casio one that I was looking at as a piano replacement is designed for like just a performer, this is designed for a producer as well. That makes sense? It looks like, so there's like faders and switches, 8 control knobs, 24 assignable Q-Link controllers, full transport controls.
Are the prices roughly equivalent?
No, his is too, like, actually it's, how much more expensive is it? $499 versus $399, so it's $100 more expensive.
Gotcha.
And it has 27 fewer keys.
Oh yeah, dude, get the full piano and like fuck the extra knobs and bells and whistles that you want to use.
This has a drum pad controller.
Yeah, you don't need that.
But what if I one day get into electronic music creation?
Then just get like a small setup to begin with. You don't need to go all out.
Mm-hmm.
And if your purpose is like you want to play piano, you want like a digital equivalent of a piano, yeah, you want the digital piano, not that, you know.
I mean, but will I even use those extra keys?
I don't know. Will you? Like, if you just want to have the full spectrum. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. So on the one hand, yeah, like, you use the extra keys, but it's also $100 less.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feature the bells and whistles that you presently don't anticipate use for.
To use.
Hey, Goat Man. It's my sister, Alice. Perhaps you've seen her on here before. Fuck, man. Where do you begin? Having some technical issues earlier. Like, I'd like to get to the root of it. I know it's not... Actually, I don't know what I don't know yet. So, until I really do some digging around, let me not assume anything. But if I had to take a guess... I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what the failure was. Because things just kind of went to shit. Even though it's not, like, the computer, the broadcasting encoding rig didn't skip a beat. As far as I could tell. But just now, I couldn't pin it. So I think it's all, like, it comes back to the network. Somewhere the network is acting out. Fucking technology, man. Can't just work nice. The father of the universe. Dinner table. Joining Scientology. Anyways, it's yeah. So, fuck it. We may as well just dive right in. What's the time right now? Show keyboard, and let me type this in. The word is uptime. Wow, that's so weird that it works on this but not on Android. On iOS, you can swipe into remote desktop. On Android, you can't. You can only tap. It's really weird. Okay. Hello world. It's Monday, December 31st, 2018. New Year's Eve. Present time. Really? It's not 3:21. Oh, that's when the stream started. Alright, present time is roughly... It's 3:30 in the morning. Alice, Jobin, and I went out to an EDM event tonight. It was Rapture's...
End of the world party.
Rapture's End of the World party. Put on by my friend Johnny Bund and Virtuosos Entertainment here in Houston, Texas. And it was a good time, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Production quality. Whoa. Whoa.
So many options.
It's just, there was a lot going on.
It's like an adult playground.
There's a lot going on, and it's an event that's taking place across 2 nights, but we'll only be making the first night. I mean, it's okay. New Year's Eve is for kids anyways, right? So, yeah, I feel some relief today because I finally published details on my live streaming rig, and it's still work in progress, but I'm taking the early feedback that I'm receiving and reworking the piece or adding appropriate bits in order to address people's common objections. To give you an idea of how well it's performed so far. Do I have Imager on this thing? No, I don't. Christ. Let me grab my other phone. Where's my other phone? Okay, other phone is right over here, and Imager. I don't use Imager too much yet, but I might get around to using it a bit more because it's kind of neat. I like it. Okay, so I published this image, right? And as you can see, it's been viewed 96 times, upvoted twice, and downvoted 18 times. People don't like this image. Not only do people not like this image, the very first comment that I received on the Reddit post that I made associated with this thing read simply, and I quote verbatim here, "Maybe the cringiest post I've ever seen on this sub." This sub being r/Twitch. Suffice to say, I took what was fired at me and used it in promotional efforts. So I wanted to do some like real testing tonight, but I'm not even gonna bother. Like I began the broadcast at first by showing off the remote view into the little rig and, you know, like showing off the settings and blah blah blah, but like fuck it. Tomorrow I'll power cycle all of my networking equipment after I take a look at the logs. I do need to take a look at logs just to figure out what the hell happened. Because this afternoon some strange things happened. Like you'll see, most recently there've been a whole bunch of these little broadcasts. In fact, I wonder if it's still fucking up right now, because if it is, I'm gonna flip this table, I swear. 1 minute ago, 12 minutes, what the flying fuck? What the flying fuck? I'm gonna flip a table.
Hi. What happened?
Something's, like, my network is acting up real major. And I don't know why. Right now I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Sorry?
That's really frustrating because I've put quite a bit of time into building it. Fuck. View the current log. The things I do. Jesus Christ. Alright, let's see what's going on here. No, I didn't want this. Can this just leave me alone? How do I hide the on-screen keyboard on this? Alright, there we go. Let's go to the really bottom. Queuing and average of this. Adding some buffering. Oh, what the hell is going on? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why is this happening right now? What the flying fuck, dude? What the flying fuck? Failed to open this file. Calculating a file hash. That's fine. Let's try MB threads for that. Something is going on. Blacklisted device detected. Hello. Trying this. Okay, well, no. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm tripping. I'm tripping over nothing. I hope it's just me tripping over nothing. I mean, I see the audio buffering lines, and I'm a little concerned by those. That any audio buffering was added at all to this is not good. I think that's what was killing it earlier too. I've got to take a look at the last 2 log files on this. I need to make a note to do that, and then just like push them out to the dev team. Yeah, I don't know where the problem's coming. I don't think it's a break. There have been a lot of major changes here recently. Like, it's not visible. From where you're at, you wouldn't know. Because that's been the name of the game. It's just been boiling frogs. Not to say that you're a frog. You're a deer viewer. Boiling at the frogs is really, it's referring to the rest of the field. It's like coming up from under. Okay, well, at least I don't think it actually dropped. I can't fucking tell. But I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated right now and a little tired because we were out and it's close to 3:40 in the morning.
Oh gosh.
Anyhow, that's my bit for now. You know. And I haven't said the bad part. I haven't told you the bad news that happened. So I wanted to take my car out. I went down to the gas station, filled up, and then we headed down the street towards the tollway. And with like a mile, 2 miles to go until we hit the tollway, suddenly I was observing the fuel economy gauge, instantaneous fuel economy, and it was reading a lot lower than I expected for the velocity that we're traveling at. Then from the back, Joe Ben was sitting in the back seat, and he was like, you know, we felt this like a bit of a thump. So I pulled over, step out of the car, and go around to the back. I can tell it's coming from the rear, passenger rear, and the tire's flat. The tire's flat, you can smell burning rubber. Fuck. given I was with Alice and Joe Ben at the time, I decided, alright, fuck it, I'm just gonna drive back on this flat tire. And I drove the car back up my driveway. So tomorrow I've got a bit of a project ahead of me. Like on top of getting together stuff for New Year's Eve, my car's out of commission. Which sucks. Like probably gonna have to pick up 2 new tires. 2 new tires. Hopefully the wheel isn't damaged. But it's a shitty situation. Fucking sucks. And you know, in the midst of it all, I was kind of kicking myself, saying, if I had the tire inflator here in my garage, I don't know if that's here in my garage, I would have checked tire pressures as soon as I got back in town. But because I had left the tire inflator with my parents, and I just assumed everything was okay. So yeah, I've got a new project ahead of me, out in meat space. In addition to finishing up the stuff with the rig, and you know, like I want everything to work. It's not too much to ask, right? Oh, Agamemnon, or Agamemnon. I'm surprised that you were able to navigate with relative ease, seemingly. I need to update the bot command with Scotty bot. Get it to unify with the rest of the channels. It's been a long time. Scotty bot was just reintroduced into the Mixer channel on the 28th, so less than 3 days ago. But glad you joined up. Does that sound? Oh man, you know the sound. Just firing this up. So yeah, I've got some shit to do. Fuck, man. Okay, so things on my list. Most recent two log files need to be transmitted. They need to be pushed and then sent off. So that somebody more intelligent than myself can look at it and tell me what's wrong. This live streaming rig thing could actually go on for a while. It's going to be an ongoing project. Not one of those just set it and forget it type of deals. Need a power cycle networking equipment, so I have a fresh canvas, but also take a look to see if there are any logs, anything strange that the controller picked up. Control start stop, done. Scenes for day and night, work on that. There's always work to be done. Channel our rental rates. So I talked about pushing the logs, power cycle, network equipment. What else did I do? Video, demo rig. One time's right, I'll demo the rig. I mean, it could be a minute. I can literally do that whenever I please. There's still some stuff to iron out. Gotta figure out if there's money to be made by cooperating with people, or if I have to go in. Or if there's actually an opportunity to just take over their thing. Try to get in on their game. Yeah, it's quite a bit to be done. On top of the car shit. Fuck me, man. Card shit, most likely is gonna set me back. On a low side, the estimate for a low side is $200 for the tires, and then some money for the labor to get them mounted onto the wheels. And there's a little bit of back and forth, but it's not too bad. I can just take the wheels into the tire shop and then take them back because I got the car. I can use my mom's car to haul shit around. On the high side, I've got to replace a wheel as well. Hopefully it's not that bad. The wheel is probably, that wheel probably runs something like 300. And how for that coin at this point, I mean, like I could just buy an entire set of wheels, but then I'd have to buy an entire set of rubber too. Maybe there's some wheels out there with new tires. I don't know if I can find them. I don't want to go through the headache. I don't want to be storing 4 rims inside my garage. Don't have that type of cash just sitting on. I mean, don't want to use the cash. I don't know. Yeah, there's a bit to be done. What's this? Oh shit. About a year now. My lord. Let me get you in.
Times, Alex. Oh, let me get some water.
Yeah. Do what you gotta do, Alex. Sleep tight. Jesus Christ, this phone is slow. It's just slow. It just crashed. We still have hot water for tea, yeah?
I think so. Hot water?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some more.
I think Paul should go upstairs a bit.
Yes. It's a vaporizer. Go ahead. I should go upstairs. If he wants to. Yeah, this is not a lot of water.
Sorry, dude.
It's okay. No big deal. What?
I'm sure Huel was still there.
Well, I mean, at that point, you could have added more. It's okay. Whatever.
Do you want more?
No, that's fine. You finished with yours?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Alright.
Who was that guy that wasn't Johnny? Johnny was the one with the thing on his head, right?
Yeah.
Who's the other?
The Indian looking guy?
Oh shit. People can totally see me like scratching myself. Fuck.
You're human, dude. You gotta adjust. We're not, like, we were not born with clothing
The
on our
not
bodies.
Indian guy. The not Indian guy.
The Asian guy?
Yes.
Oh no, it's the Indian guy's friend.
Okay.
The East Asian looking guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Indian guy's friend. I don't remember
He
his name.
seemed really excited to see me. But maybe he was just really excited about everything. So I just didn't know, like, if at first I thought he was Johnny because he was like so happy to have his hair.
Johnny's like just pretty chill.
Yeah.
He's pretty chill, but at the same time, yeah. Like he gets excited about things, but in his way.
That's cool. I respect that.
Yeah.
Man, putting that shit together. It's great.
Yeah. That's no joke.
Thank God for Johnny.
You're robots.
We are robots.
You're not.
Oh my God! How do you read that?
When
Jesus.
you adjust, you must
Wow.
like.
Alright, good night.
All right. Good night.
Oh, where are you? Where is he?
It's probably on my bed, Alice. And you can't just leave him alone. Everyone scratches. Whoa. Whoa. I'm monster. One time. So you're only around late, huh? It's usually late. Yeah, I'm gonna crash soon. It's just I got a lot of shit to sort out tomorrow. Fuck, man. Fuck. Hey, I'm monster. Go to sleep. If I had your dog, I'd never leave home. He's a good dog. He's a damn fine animal. I mean, you know, I try to take him places. Like today, we went out to a Mexican restaurant. I published my work, and I said, all right, let's go. And we went out to eat. Like 12:30, we headed out. Ate a lot. Spent like $20 per person at this little Mexican spot right next door. And the food was pretty solid. We got the tacos rancheros, which is like their best tacos that they offered. And this big meat thing, I don't know what the hell the thing's called, but it's like a sizzling thing, you know. And I can't remember what the other thing's called. Menudo? Pozole and menudo. This is only served on the weekends there. It's all internal organ meat. It's good. My first time trying it, I think. I liked it. So I ate a lot today. Now, fuck. Yeah, I'm not gonna sweat it too much. The situation with the car, it's gonna cost whatever it's gonna cost. Maybe I'll take some pictures, and it'll just be a reminder to myself. This type of shit could have been avoided. But I really want to get to the bottom of it. I want to figure out what the fuck happened. So, just like I want to figure out what happened today with my broadcast. earlier, the first time that it went live, I was, you know, showing off some shit, and then it turns out that the audio wasn't transmitting for whatever reason, but OBS was picking it up. Toggling the camera app on and off didn't help it. I thought to reboot the rig, but then I decided, why not just try killing OBS and opening it up again, and lo and behold, everything works. What happened? Like, why would this ever happen? Doesn't make sense. It just had some really strange issues going on, technical issues, that I'm tempted to just blame this whole moving to FTL alongside RTMP. You know, maybe there's an issue there. I don't know. Something up with a server that I'm broadcasting to, or gotta do some analysis. And again, I'm gonna leave that to people that are smarter than I am, because I'm, you know, I've got to take care of my shit. Get my car back in fighting shape. Hope that I don't have to buy another wheel. Fingers crossed. What happened to the beater? Just gonna need some weed tomorrow. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Nothing happened so much to the car as to the tire. I lost a tire tonight. And, you know, being that I was trying to make it out to the event, I didn't really stop and try to figure out what went wrong. I spent enough time just like gently getting it back up my driveway from where we were. It was like 2-3 miles away from home. So fortunately, the failure occurred close to home and not on the beltway. Like, that would have sucked. To be stuck on like a highway, then have to cough up for the tow, and, you know, waiting on a tow. And, thank God. You know, I'm just curious how that failure took place. How it was that I ended up with dangerously low tire pressure and I ended up losing a tire. This is the second time that's ever happened to me. And the first time I thought I learned my lesson. Alright, I began checking tire pressure often. Like, before any major trips, so check it. And then at home, I'd been checking tire pressure once every month. And, like, you know, if it had been a while since I last used a car, when I was getting ready for some type of outing, then I'd check tire pressure. And if I noticed that one was losing pressure at a much greater rate than the others, then I knew, okay, something is wrong. There's probably a nail embedded in the tire. I have no idea. Maybe I picked up a new nail. Maybe the patch job wasn't good. I think it was the right rear, passenger side rear tire that I had patched recently. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see in daylight. I run into nails all the time. Fortunately, the tire goes down like a quarter of a mile away instead of 4. Yeah. But it sucks. Again, right now, my greatest concern is that the wheel suffered some damage and will need to be replaced. But hopefully not. Hopefully the wheel is just fine. And I can just, you know, cough up for a pair of new tires for the rear axle and call it a day. But we shall see. That's fine. little bit more and then wind down for the evening. Another funny thing happened too. Today we got a text message from our wireless provider saying that we've used up 75% of the data allotted to us for the month, and the next billing cycle is a week away. And I thought, what? That's strange. So I checked the data usage and I find that it's reporting I used 12 gigs. And I'm really confused. How the hell did I use 12 gigs? I've been on Wi-Fi most of the time. I haven't been doing any mobile live streaming. Mysteries, man. Technology and its many, many mysteries. Yeah, it is strange. It is strange. I thought perhaps it could have been when I tethered my Android phone to my iPhone yesterday. Maybe it was backing up photos, but then that doesn't make sense either because this thing's on Wi-Fi all the time. Everything should already be backed up, so it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But that's not too important. It's whatever. We got 20 gigs that we can share, it's fine. It's not a lot when you get to doing mobile broadcasting. That eats up data so fast. But for everything else, it's okay. Go man, yeah. This device, this is, you've seen this before. It's called the Whisper 2. You've seen this. Julie, I'm off the bed soon. Or off the wind down soon. Yeah. Since I gotta go take a shower and all, I'll just kill it. House noises. And I think I've more or less done my bit. Talked about what I need to talk about tonight. I'm not going to stay up super late because tomorrow is going to be a long day. Long day. New fresh new cans of worms to take care of. Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm Monster. You know you're like 15 seconds ahead of everybody else, right? It's pretty great. I really like this FTL thing. I hope I don't have to switch back to just running straight RTP. Yeah. You're ahead. Got the ultra low latency going on now. Flip the switch at last. So Mixer is where it's gonna be. I want to make a serious push for a Mixer partner. I expect by the end of 2019 I'll have a Mixer partner, YouTube partner. YouTube partner is pretty trivial, it's 1,000 YouTube subs and enough watch time. Have the mobile broadcasting rig set up. Maybe actually be making some money from broadcasting, not through donations, but just by helping broadcasters, doing something for the broadcasting community. Been talking about it all the time, and that's, you know, like the frustration that I'm experiencing right now. It's a good hurt. I'm happy. It means I get the opportunity to find the remaining weak links here. And there are a lot. The wireless network simply isn't where it needs to be yet. Like, I don't have the whole home covered. I don't have the entire backyard covered. I don't have the garage covered. You know, I don't have the whole front yard covered. Like, eventually I'll have access points just bristling all over the place. The whole entire place blanketed in 5G. Well, 5G, 5 gigahertz wireless. I want to be able to do like good, proper broadcasts while just tinkering on the car. Have everything be rock solid, no matter where I move inside of this place. It's yeah, and like the good access points, they're not cheap, but it's small money. Just moving towards that vision. And there's a lot of room to help people here. But of course, I'm not trying to help just everybody. Not yet. Not yet. I have a pretty specific niche within this broadcasting game that I'm looking to address first. And if that's successful, then we move on. Like, I'm not gonna touch it again for a bit, because January 16th, I'll be starting orientation, 18th, first full day of work. Still need to get my course registration done for the new semester, get a meningitis vaccine. A lot of odds and ends, man. But things are gonna pick up. In the new year, I'm gonna be starting off like right away with the full-time work hours available to me, and also side business. One being digital marketing, the other stuff for broadcasters. Exciting times ahead. Very exciting times. In the not too distant future. All of that will be here before you know it. Before I know it. So until then, I'm starting to second guess myself on the purchase of that Nintendo Switch. Almost. I have one game on it. I downloaded it from the Nintendo store, and I put maybe 10 minutes into that game. It's not a very exciting game. Yeah, so far I haven't had time to play it. But when the time's right, I'll throw an emulator on there and, you know, get some old school titles and be able to play that on a nice long plane ride while enjoying myself. Because that's all coming. It's all coming, all in 2019. A lot longer than I hoped, but it'll happen. Getty Fit. Hey. What's going on, buddy? I'm glad you decided to drop in. I know this scene is miserably backlit. I know that the camera quality is terrible. But I'm delighted you decided to stop in. I'll save you for later. I think safety use sounds like, yeah, it's cool. Audio cut out for a second, exactly. Telling you, dude, it's just, okay. What I'm using right now to broadcast, the system right now looks like this. Audio video feed comes from the iPhone 8 Plus, gets sent out through NDI, picked up by the broadcasting rig. Broadcasting rig is that little Intel compute stick. Let me show you. Because it's worth 1,000 words. Right. Okay. So, back to the start. See, iPhone 7 Plus here. This one I need to sell. Okay, audio video feed comes out of iPhone 8 Plus, sent across NDI, wirelessly transmitted across my WLAN. It gets picked up by my broadcasting rig, this little guy, Intel compute stick, which I just finished a little write-up on. This is the backbone of the live streaming rig. This is the little thing that's going to kill the live view solo. It's going to kill it because it does the same exact thing the live view solo can do at a fraction of the cost. Costs less to start up, costs less to keep running, weighs 90% less. It's the right tool for the job. This is hardwired to the network right now via USB 3.0 Ethernet hub. See it blinking away. This little thing. The beauty of this, the way I have all this shit set up, or the setup. NDI lets you do this. Pretty much no delay. This, you already know this. Nothing new to learn here. It's the same old thing that you've been playing with as a broadcaster for ages. That's it. The rest of it, we'll get there. But I still have some research to do. I need to see if I can work out partnerships. Until then, it's just gathering feedback, figuring out what the market wants, and giving it to them. 2019 is going to be a good year, man. Alright. So, you came, you saw. Thank you. Any hiccups you see, it's because, again, this NDI, it's a little different from NDI uses up to 110 megabits per second in order to pipe a 1080p 30 FPS feed. It's a lot of bandwidth, 110 megabits per second. I would suspect these days that most people's wireless networks at home can handle that. But in order to get bulletproof, when you're dealing with the space on the order of magnitude of like, you know, this is a 2-story home, something like 3,200 square feet, maybe a little more. It takes some work. It takes a bit of work. And I'm still learning. In fact, the way I set things up, initially, I want to revisit it. I want to start from scratch, tear everything down again, and tear everything down and build it back up again. Because maybe, just maybe, I already have enough hardware over here in order to make a robust wireless network. I hope so. I hope I have enough. That way I don't have to drop more coin. Yeah. Anyways, it's late. It's late. Let me take one last look. See if I've missed anything interesting. I always have so much energy, seem to love to communicate. I do have a lot of energy, man. And something is really, really wrong with this machine. What the fuck? Like multiple machines, they need work. Yeti Fit. What time is it right now? Is it 4:12? No. Time's already passed. Okay. Don't worry about it. I don't even, like, what the flying fuck? What's wrong with this shit? All of my shit needs to be revisited. But we'll get there. Anyhow, that's it. That's a wrap. It's been fun. Yeah, you know, some bad news tonight, but some good news too. So, we'll see what happens in the new year. Till then, Happy New Year.